Hi, welcome to today's episode where we are going to add the formulas that is going to link our data entry to the reporting entry or to the reporting template. So let's get it done. First of all, we are going to work on the notes, right? So the formulas we are going to use is sumifs. Sumifs is the formulas we are going to use over here. Alright, so let's get it done. First of all, we are going to start with the depreciation. Bear in mind this one, we are going to do it in the latter part because it is going to be consist of formulas into doing it, right? So let us begin with the depreciation. What we are going to do is we are going to use a sum ifs, right? Now we are going to use this sum if to get the data, and the condition is going to be based on the date and the narration. Okay, so let us begin with cash book 1. Let us open it. So what we are going to do is that the sum range where we are going to sum, we are going to begin with the credit side. Remember, for the cash book, if it is an expenses, it is going to be at the credit side, right? So we are going to use this side. By doing it this way, it is going to just connect to this table 1. If we so prefer, then let us do it this way. Let us cancel and go to the formatting and change the names of the tables. So table 1 refers to CB1. Let us edit and name it CB1. Okay, let us name it TCB1. Okay, that is not working, so let us make it CB1T. Alright, now this one is table 2. Let us look for the CB2 table. This is it. Let us rename it to CB2T. Why can't we name it TCB1? Let me see. TCB1. Alright, it worked. So let us change this one as well to TCB2. Oh, where from this? Why is this happening? Let us undo and see. All right, so this one is going to be TCB1. All right, then this one is the table 2. Let us rename it to TCB2. Table 3. Let us rename it to TCB3. This one is table 4. Let us rename it to TCB4. This is table 5. Let us rename it to TCB5. This one too, let us rename it to the cash book 5. Sorry, this one is the cash book 6. TCB6. This one TCB7. Now this one, let us rename it to journal TJV. All right, so let us save it. Now let us start performing our formulas. So it is going to be sum ifs, and then there's some range. We are going to begin with range 1. Remember that for cash book, if there is any transaction at the credit side, it means that it is an expense. So here, so you see we have TCB credit, comma. Now the criteria range, we want the item to be this one, and here we are going to lock the column. We are going to lock the column. So when the dollar sign is at the back of either the B stands for the column. Normally the alphabet stands for the column in Excel, and then the numbering stands for the rows. So we want to lock the column. So we bring the dollar sign at the back of the B, right, to lock it. So we are done with our first condition. Our second condition is that we want it to be between our date from this side to this side, right? So we are going back to this side, and then we are going to select the date. Once we select the date, then our condition is that the date should be greater than or equal to, and this our current to. Now remember, our current to is our current date where it ends, but we want the current from where it begins. So what we are telling the date, what the formula is trying to do is that it is going to look through all of the dates. Any date that is equal to 1st January 2021 or greater than 1st January 2021, it should add it up. And once it's added up, now we are still going to use another function to make sure that the date shouldn't exceed 31st December 2021. So in the same way, we are going to add another criteria. As you can see here, this is the criteria 3. We go back to our CB1, and we still are going to use the date. Remember that because it is a table, once we select this side, what it is telling us is that any entry we add to the tables, the formula is automatically going to select it. That is why you see it here as date. So should it happen that maybe you made several entries and you don't have just a single row as an open spot for entry, it means that you are going to select it, the dates or whatever um, row or column that you want to add up. You are going to drag it down until it is up to this column, sorry, to this row. So let me explain again. What I'm trying to say is that as you can see over here, whenever I just click on this side, it automatically comes as the date. And I'm trying to explain that it is so because I've not made any entries in here to, to extend the table rows. So should it happen that you had more than one rows, it means that you are going to drag it to so that it covers the whole row, so that the system will pick the whole table as a reference. I hope this explains it. Okay, so once we've selected the date, now our condition that it should be less than or equal to our C2. We are done. So what this is going to do is that it is going to add all of our credit entries. That is the all our credit entries in CBO Cash Book 1 that is related to depreciation, that is related to depreciation, that is related to depreciation, and the date it should be more than or equal to 1st January 2021 and it should end 31st December 2021, right? So we are done with the debit side. Now, what if there was a transaction and maybe there was a reversal, but then we've already entered it as an expense? It means that the reversal will come as a debit balance, which is an inflow into the cash account. So therefore, it means that we need to also add another sum if that will refer to the debit, CB debit. So to make things simpler, we are just going to copy all of these up to this side and paste it and just change this side to debit. All right. So we are done with cash book 1. We are done with cash book 1. But then bear in mind, we don't have just cash book 1. We have 7 cash book and we also have a journal entry. So what we can now do is that the best thing we can do is to use Word. We are going to open Word. We are going to open Word and copy this formula. This is a trick we are going to use. All right. So we have done for the cash book 1. Now we want cash book 2. So the only thing we can do is that we copy all of these and then we paste it. Now, wherever there is CB1, we are going to change it to CB2. Or first of all, let us change it 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we say we are going to do everything in the Excel, it is going to delay us and we might be prone to errors. So we all know that what is going to change is just the naming of the tables, right? So what we are going to do is that um, we are going to select all of these and we are just going to change this naming. So Control H, and it is TCB1, CB1, and we want to change it to TCB2 for this side. So let us begin from this side. Find next. So replace, replace, replace. Here we've moved to 3, so we just change it over here and then we replace. So we've moved to the 4th one, we replace. We've moved to the 5th one, so we replace with 5th. We've moved to the 6th one, so we change it to 6th. Now we've moved to the 7th one, so we replace. It means this one is an excess, so we just delete it out. Alright, so for now we are going to add the addition. So what this formula now is going to do is that it is going to do the sum if for all of alright. So what it is going to do is that it is going to add based on the criteria that we have already set. The formulas that we have already set. So let us copy this formula and then paste it here. Alright. Now we've left something out. We've not added the journal entries. So let us go back. Before we do that, let us test it. Alright, so let us go to cash book 1 and just enter any just anything. So 1st January 21. Let us add depreciation, right? So depreciation is at accumulated depreciation. You know this is not possible for you to have depreciation in your cash book, but this is just for testing sake. just for testing stake. Sorry. So it is rather expenses, administrative expense. So let's say it is 2,000, 20,000. Let us come back to our report. You see it is 20,000 over here. Now let us pick a random, check a cash book and administrative expenses, depreciation. Let us make it 1,000. Let us come to our report. Wow, it did not work. So it means that there is a problem with our formula and we need to work on it. CB5. So let us go back to our web and see what is happening at CB5. CB5. Okay, let us try a different cash book and see if it is going to give us the same problem. One and I come back to report. Wow, and it still did not work. It means we have a problem. We have a problem with our formula. Oh, sorry, we did not add the date. I believe that is the reason why. Let us make it 2nd February 2021. And this one, see, sorry. So you see the thing, because we did not add date, it couldn't capture it. So this one, to let us use September 9th, 2021. All right, you see now we have the entries, all of them working. It means that our formula is correct. It means our formula is correct. Now, before we can drag it down, let us add our entries from the journal ledger. So let us see how we are going to go about it. So that one too, we are going to make it plus sumifs. All right. Now, for the journal entries, if there's a transaction at the debit side, then it means that it is an expense, right? So plus this, the sum range is going to be this. So you see plus JV, and the criterias, we are still going to use the normal criterias, right? So it is going to be the first criteria, this one, it should be this. And let us lock the column. Now we are going to add the formatting for the date as well. So we go back to our journal entry. the criteria is the date, and like we did in our previous formula, the criteria range is the date, and then the criteria is going to be that if it is greater than or equal to, and our current year from, then another criteria range is still going to be the date, and the criteria is going to be that if this one is less than or equal to, and our C2, then we are done with the debit side. And for the credit side, it is going to be minus minus it is going to be minus sum ifs. I think our formula, we have rather subtracted the credit aspects. Once we are done with this, I'll try to explain everything and then we resolve it. Okay, so we are going to add minus sum if. This is because if, for instance, there is there is an over depreciation for which there is a need for us to do a readjustment, it means that we need to, for depreciation aspect, we need to credit the accumulated depreciation and debit the right account, whether it is income surplus or whatever. So the sum if is going to follow the same trend. We are going to sum this side, and the criteria is going to be the same, but this time around the credit item is what we are going to select. This side should be equal to our depreciation, and then again we are going to lock the column and we add our date format. So we can easily copy the date aspect from this side. Since it is going to be the same, we can pick from this side, we copy it up to the end of this side, we copy, and then we can paste it here, then we are good to go. So let us copy the whole thing and send it to our Word again. Now, what I was trying to explain is that let us go back to our Excel. So what we did was that, for instance, should it happen that this one were to be at the debit side, it means that it should have subtracted from our report, but then it has added. You get it? So it means that we need to correct it. So in correcting it, it means that where there is debit, where there is a credit balance, sorry, the debit balance, where there is a debit balance, it means it has to be subtracted. So here we have this side, it should be a subtraction, not an addition. Alright, so wherever you see debit, it is subtracted. The debit side is rather subtracted, not added.
Low battery. Please charge.
Make sure that all of the debit sides are deducted and not added. All the debit sides should be deducted and not added for the cash books. Alright, so once we have corrected it, we can now bring the entries from the journal. Alright, so I'm going to add a word to
Low
these
battery.
formulas.
Please charge.
Sorry, so I was saying that I'm going to add the sheet, the word sheet, to the YouTube page so that you can also go through it. Alright, so let us copy it back and go and paste it. Wow, why is it giving us an error? Okay, so let us add the first stop and see whether the error is coming from our second additions, the additions from JV. Oh no. Oh, okay. So I see where it is coming from. It is coming from this side. So let us copy everything and go and paste it over there. Alright, so you see now it has worked. So once we clear this, you see it is no longer showing. You can clear it from this side as well, and clear it from this side as well. So what we can do now is to drag it down up to this side. Then we drag it to this side as well. And here the only thing we are going to change is the current to and from. So let us go back to our sheet. So let us name this one current expenses expenses. Let us copy and paste it, but we are going to name this one comparative expenses. Let us bolden it. So what we are going to change from this side is the CFRM. We are going to change the CFRM C from the current from to comparative from. So this is it, CFRM to COFRM. Now we are also going to change the CTO to COTO, the current to comparative to. So replace. Okay, so we can copy everything. We can copy it now. Then we go back and we are going to paste it. So let us test it. Let us go to our chart of account and add some more administrative expenses, something like printing and stationery. We can also have maintenance and repairs, vehicle running. All right. So let us make some entries in here, assuming we are going to use 2020 transactions. So one for 2020, one for 2021. So let us say we are using um 4th April 2020, and here we are going to use 4th April 2021. All right, so administrative expenses. So we have printing and stationery. Let us use the same admin, and this time around let us use vehicle running expenses. They should be credit balances. So say 10,000, 18,000. Wow, 180,000. This is too huge. Well, that is just for testing sake. So you see, it is working correctly. It is working correctly. Let us duplicate the same transactions in, say, okay, 4. All right. So repeating the same transactions in 4, it has doubled. Yeah, it has doubled. It has doubled. Alright. So it means that it is working. And here I'm going to remove this and cancel the table because I don't want a situation where we are going to suffer in order to get our formulas and everything working. Alright, so let us go back. We have 20,000, which is 10 from the fourth. Okay, we can try to bring it here and 5,000 so that it reduced to 5,000. Okay, it is working currently. Thank you. I think I should leave you so that you digest what we have done so far. In our next session, we are going to go through the formulas for the revenue and for all credit transactions as well as doing it for balances. So, thank you for staying with me. See you in the next episode or in the next section. Bye. Please don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channels and let's have interactions as to what you want and I'm going to help you. Bye.